guys, welcome back to my channel. Something came up this week and it just brought back some memories from my childhood, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about it. But it has to do with trustworthiness. Are you trustworthy? Can people rely on you? And if you give your word, are you going to follow through with your word? Can they trust you? You know, when I was growing up, um, y'all who have been with me on my channel from the beginning know what kind of parents I had. Dort and Lamar, they were not trustworthy. They were not honest. They were not dependable. They were not loving. I never learned how to be those things. Those character things, a good character, I had to learn on my own after I became an adult. How to treat other people, how to be kind and loving, and how to say I love you to your children, and to be honest and dependable and reliable and trustworthy. Um, y'all know that I mentor Maudeline, and for the new people here on my channel, Maudeline is my neighbor. Her apartment is right behind this wall, right here. And I've been mentoring her for 7 years, since she was 12 years old, and she's 19 now. And y'all know that she lost her car in a bad car crash a couple of months ago. So she's back depending on me to take her to work, and to take her to her job at the outlet mall. And it's pretty far away. If she has to take a taxi, it costs her $12 to $14, one way. So she's not clearing any money if she only works 4 hours at $10 an hour, and having to pay a taxi $20 or $25. So she relies on me to take her. So she knows that I live on a very small, limited Social Security income, and I never ask her for money. I would borrow it from someone else, from a friend, before I would ask her for money. But last week, she had depended on me to take her to school and pick her up and take her to work. She does get a co-worker to bring her home at 10 o'clock at night, so she has never asked me to bring her home from work. But she volunteered I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, when I was taking her to the mall. She said, I get paid Friday and I'll give you gas money. So I was dependent on that money for gas, because I do need gas in my car. So Friday came, I didn't hear from her, and then, Monday, the same thing. Can you take me to school? Can you pick me up? So here I took her Monday, and then I took her Tuesday. And I would never say anything to make her feel, bad about herself or anything. I love her too much. But I do teach her. I teach her about being dependable and honest, and, her mother teaches her too, but I just kind of come along and reinforce it to her in the English language, and not Creole. But she's a good girl. So I kept thinking about it when I took her to school yesterday. Should I mention anything to her about her saying that she was going to give me gas money? So I figured, when I saw her on Monday, I figured she had spent her money on getting her hair braided. No, she did not. She still got her hair in that little bun, and she still got the same fingernails that her friend paid for about 2 or 3 weeks ago. She made sure to tell me that her friend paid for those fingernails. But today, when I had to take her to the outlet mall for her job, I said, Maudeline, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's one of my life lessons that I've been teaching you. And so I went over the word punctual. I had told her how she has to be punctual, and to use that word when she goes on a job interview. Tell the manager that she is punctual. So I told her how, she's always on time, and that they can, rely on her, about being reliable, punctual, honest, and having integrity. And but I had never gotten around to teaching her trustworthiness. So I used the example of her promising me gas money. So I said, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad or anything. I said, I love you. And I said, and this doesn't matter, what you did or didn't do. But I just want you to teach you, the character of being trustworthy. So I asked her if she knew what the definition was, and she said, well, like if somebody says that they're going to do something for you, that you can depend on that. And I said, well, that's more dependability. So I explained to her, I said, remember last week when I took you to work and to school, and you told me that when you got paid on Friday that you were going to give me gas money? She goes, oh my God, I totally forgot. And I said, that's okay. I said, I'm not upset. I'm not mad at you or anything. But I said, I just want you to know that, you want to have that good character about you to be trustworthy. That when you give your word, that whoever you give your word to, they can depend on that, your word. And I said, nowadays you can put a reminder in your phone. I said, I've got notes all over my apartment. I borrowed such and such money. I promised to pay it back on this day. And, you have to be trustworthy. And I told her, I said, you don't want to burn your bridges, because you never know when you might, need that person, or need to borrow money from that person. And I said, now understand, there are things that come along in life that prevent you from following through on your word. And I told her, I said, for instance, say if you had an emergency and you had to buy medicine with your money, and you didn't have the money to give that, to give me for gas, then you would let that person know, look, I know I promised you gas money on Friday when I got paid, but, I had this emergency. I had to buy my medicine, but I have $5 left. Is that okay? I said, so always just acknowledge and let that person know so that they can depend on you. So I was just wondering if you've learned to be trustworthy, and what other character traits do you have? I hope you like my little lesson on trustworthiness, and y'all just keep on coming back. Bye, guys.